would you describe the learning experience on the degree? I mean, how would you say, what's a typical session like? Or is there no such thing as a typical session on Ed Studies?
I think everyone has their own teaching style. Like all the lecturers, you kind of get used to their own way of how they like to run their lecture. But it's generally very mixed in what you're doing. So if you're having a day where you just want to sit quietly and listen, then there's some sitting quietly and listening. But there's also like group discussions and time where you can like engage with quotes and things like that. So there's something for everyone in each lecture, basically.
Does anyone else want to say anything about the experience of learning on the degree and the experience of being in a session, teaching session?
I think it's one of the most supportive experiences of learning I've ever had. Feel shy or scared of giving your opinion, even if that's the complete opposite of what everyone else has just been saying. There's never any argument or pushback. There might be discussion, but everybody respectful of other people's views, and it's lovely. You do feel that a challenge is accepted and welcomed even, and that makes it a really supportive environment.
I think the thing to remember is we're all there because we want to be there and we're interested in education, and although we all come from loads of different experiences and reasons for being there, we have that shared passion. So I think in these sessions sometimes where you don't necessarily want to put your ideas forward, you can actually gather more from other people and what other people are thinking. So just having the courage to speak out or say to the person, what do you think of that? And I think building that confidence throughout the year of just putting yourself out there and be willing to say, you could add a caveat onto there going, I don't know whether this is a point, but if you're not confident enough to assert it as your point as such. But I found the more you put out there, the more you get back, and quite often you'll get lecturers recommend you reading based on your interests. And I think just having the courage to sign up and speak out.
Can I also can I quickly add that with lecturers, a lot of they cater how they teach you around your feedback. I know, for an example, one of my lecturers, who I'm a very interactive learner. I like doing things, having discussions, like talking, being very interactive in the lecture, and I actually gave that feedback to one of my lecturers, and by the next week he'd done it, and that was so important to me because it meant I take the information a lot better. But like Laurel said, each lecturer has their own different learning experience, and especially when it's coming to choosing optional modules, you can sort of cater your option choices around those lecturer styles and how you learn best, which is really good.
And Laura, did you want to say something about that?
Yeah, just that you're never made to feel stupid. So if your opinion or your view on something is completely the opposite to what everyone else is thinking in your lecture, the lecturer's never going to say, it doesn't make you feel like you're stupid. Like, okay, let's expand on it, and then we just talk about it, rather than in there after you've said it thinking, I wish I hadn't said that, I feel so stupid, I just want the earth to swallow me up. If I was going to say anything about this, just jump in, just go for it. The support that you will have from this degree is amazing. It's the support I've never had before, as Alicia said, so just go for it. What's the worst that can happen?
Thank you so much. And could you say maybe something about just the general experience of being at Winchester, beyond the degree? How have you found that? Laurel?
Me? I'd say definitely go for it. If you think that it's something, if you think you might want to come to Winchester and do the degree, definitely do it, because I was very much, before I came, I was like, one day I was coming, the next day I wasn't coming, just because I didn't have the confidence to leave home and come and try something new. But I'm honestly so glad that I did, because I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am now if I didn't. So I just say to people, definitely just push yourself and go for it. Like we said, what's the worst that can happen?